As past president of the University of St. Thomas Alumni Association, it is my singular honor to welcome each and every one of you, the class of 2008, into the family of the alumni of the University of St. Thomas. Go Tommies!
Go Tommies! One of the things that kept John Bannigan going was his association with this university.
To have lasted 6 years with the cancer that he had, a lot of it was his mental toughness, but I also think he stayed active, and so being involved with St. Thomas gave him a chance to just, for the hour or 2 hours that he was working on behalf of St. Thomas, he didn't think about his problems.
Solving problems for his clients, and maybe causing a few for others, was a good part of what he did in his law practice.
He was representing a client on a matter that took a position contrary to the city's position on it, and I thought to myself, geez, this is a tough son of a gun.
That tough son of a gun had plenty of soft spots for his family, his neighborhood, his university. His St. Paul home was a block away from campus.
There was no way you could avoid learning about his feelings for St. Thomas. He told everybody how much he was affiliated with St. Thomas, proud of St. Thomas.
Once he had the time to really just roll up his sleeves and see what was going on at St. Thomas, that is when my dad became sort of a convert, or like a born-again Christian. He's a born-again Tommy.
In his retirement, the born-again Tommy organized reunions, served on the alumni board, became its president, and joined the board of trustees. And in the annual alumni event, he literally cleaned up the neighborhood.
Oh, he loved it. It was yard work. I mean, my dad loved yard work. It was just going out there and doing some yard work. And it was great because he could go out into the community and talk to these other folks about St. Thomas and see. And also he brought some of the St. Thomas kids with him too.
Once you raked the lawns and picked up the trash, it was easier to talk about what a good neighbor St. Thomas can be.
And John lived as close to that university as anybody and had as many problems with the same old things, parking, students, expansion, as anybody did. But he was balanced in his approach. He understood that there's a little give and take that's necessary, and he worked with the neighbors on that.
He believed in the things that St. Thomas was doing. He wasn't just because Doug Hennis or Father Deese or whatever asked him to. He really believed that St. Thomas was an asset to the neighborhood and to the community, and so he wanted to make sure that wasn't lost in all the other discussions that were going on about St. Thomas.
When John put forth an opinion, people very carefully considered it, no matter which side of the issue you were on.
While Bannigan put out brush fires, Meg Bannigan tended the home fires, raising 2 boys and a girl, and serving as librarian at the St. Paul Seminary.
Anything that we are is definitely a reflection of both of our parents.
The university itself is a reflection of John Bannigan and his role in crafting its mission statement.
He was able to take that mission statement and in a very concise way express the great things about this institution and the great things that this institution can be. Inspired by Catholic intellectual tradition, the University of St. Thomas educates students to be morally responsible leaders who think critically, act wisely, and work skillfully to advance the common good. And that just says in such a concise way, but such a powerful way, what this school is all about. And John was instrumental in forming those words, and I'm sure he's very proud of the way it turned out.
St. Thomas was such a big part of his life, and he knew how important it was to maintain that institution and watch it grow. And he was right out there. Anything they asked of him, he was there.
Once he saw that he could make a difference at St. Thomas and that the people he was working with, the alumni board members and the alumni staff and the administration were such quality people, you could see the sparkle in his eye that this was going to be where he was going to spend the majority of his volunteer time when he was retired.
And that's exactly what he did.